allow the two children to attend the budget every year.
It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay.
She
Off your mind.
like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go sama us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle so they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you lie down, yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego diary politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my egun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my egun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my egun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. My egun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. My egun don't come, oh yo yo.
Hello there.
Mayegun la wa mo, la mo to do. Mayegun la wa mo.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining me from. It is Mayegun Live. Remember to share these broadcasts, okay? After reading the caption of the broadcast, the description of the broadcast, which is just to give you a bit of an idea of what we will be talking about tonight. But what you are reading in the description, as well as the title, so to say, they are just window to what you are going to witness tonight or watch tonight, because there are many stuffs that we're going to touch tonight, not even listed in that description. That's why you have to share this. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends. Just tell them that Mayegun today, very easy. Devil Umahi is taking this opposition to the coastal road to another level. I mean, there have been so many people who have come out to condemn and criticize these white elephant projects. But Devil Umahi has singled out Peter Obi, his own brother, to what? To tag his own opposition as that of Igbos, or inciting the Igbos against Thiefnubu Remember that. Then we have a bit of, shot at the announcement made by Thiefnubu. Today is the 1st day of May. Workers' Day worldwide. Kolu has increased their salary. A bobo. So today, good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are joining me from. It is Mayegun live. I don't know if you are already aware or this is the first time you are going to be hearing this. Or maybe even when you heard, you'd never really pay much attention to it. Tonight, we will be addressing the supposed show of force by Umahi in what they programmed as shut them up once and for all. If it had stopped at the media, what do you call it? The media parley, as well as, the media PR stunt to give a bit of credibility to this white elephant project, Umahi wouldn't have bothered people like myself. But because I have been one of those watching Umahi for a while, in fact, I got attracted to him when he was making the noise about, reconstructing and rebuilding Ebonyi. And yet, there are structures, but there is no human capital development in Ebonyi State, as it remains one of the poorest states in eastern Nigeria. But I got to know later that he had an ambition. And he didn't just have the ambition. He was one of those pick-me Igbos in the contraption called Nigeria. He was governor. In fact, he was positioning himself to be president as anointed Igbo candidate, presidential candidate, promised by Bukwari and his clan. If he would play ball and allow the Fulani terrorists easy passage to Ebonyi State. This is true story. So don't think this is a make-up story. This is true story that got people killed. People died. So listen. Then Umahi started cutting the Bokwari gang who told him if he played ball, he would be the first Igbo supported and elected president by them. So first, it was to help them tame Nnamdi Kanu and the IPOB rise in eastern Nigeria. After that, it was going to make the Ebonyi people more welcoming by the introduction of Ruga. All this ended up in something that is near shame. Umahi decided to reach out to Nnamdi Kanu by offering him their usual, the earthly things. They were surprised that all his demands, none of them, includes any penny for Nnamdi Kanu. So they got the resolution. Umahi read the resolution. And a week or two after, the Nigeria military, they moved down to kill Nnamdi Kanu at his Afarauku home in Abia. All of this while the Ebonyi people were going through, well, you can think of it. The same Umahi decided to deceive, well, those he could deceive. When Nnamdi Kanu said and formed the ESN, Eastern Security Network, it is a volunteer security outfit. Umahi, pretending to be in the same thinking space with the Southwest puppets, who decided to go ahead and then ban open grazing, something that really upsets Boko Haram and his clan. But the likes of Umahi were able to play the devil's advocate by manipulating the movement, and they started what they call Ebubeagu. While Amotekun were busy going through the forest in Yoruba land, Ebubeagu, they were looking for ESN members in their homes, in the bushes, to attack and kill while the Fulani terrorists were roaming. All this just for Umahi to be in their good book. I don't know what happened. He even defected to APC. Rubbished this party, rubbished everybody there. But last, it was called the Jaga Banditi, the Jaga Addicti, Aṣíwájú àwọn olè, Aṣíwájú àwọn agbèrò. That bought every institution that could possibly help Umahi. Not even Boko Haram could. People died in Ebonyi. All of this and the cover-up after for Umahi to become a minister. And he's a minister of work. Like Ayade of Cross River, he is doing exactly what he did in Ebonyi. At least you can see him as an engineer. Engineer Devil Umahi. So they want to construct a 700 kilometer, over 700 kilometer of a coastal road. Okay. It's not a bad idea. All right. Like, for whatever economic advantage that it is going to bring to the area, you cannot underestimate that or just ignore it. But trying to pretend that you want to spend 15 trillion naira to construct a coastal road and the alacrity, things don't move this fast in Nigeria. That is the first suspicion. Things don't move this fast. The level at which the destructions of properties and businesses around or from their supposed ground zero, phase one, is suspicious. You know, more than 70% of the roads in the country, they are completely death traps. So if you have 15 trillion, that could make a massive difference internally to help improve movement of goods and services, at least. But when you look at the whole thing around this, you know, it shouldn't have any kind of tribal attachment. However, since I have been following this, the destruction of landmark beach and the propaganda thereafter, where people are justifying it because when the bridge is completed, it will open up that area and it's going to improve the property cost, blah, 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 blah. That is when the road is completed. So whatever the cost of the losses right now is inconsequential. But that's not the whole story. There is more. So Umahi continued to scream, politics. It is politics. Okay, hang on. There are things we are seeing. Okay. Number one, the alacrity at which this fraudulent project was approved, the secrecy of no bidding, no no competition, no competitive bidding, and then awarded to the company of Thiefnubu's confidant. You know that Shaguri is Thiefnubu's official confidant, the man that Thiefnubu keeps his secret with. Do you know that? Like officially. And do you also know that Shaguri is an ex-convict, a money launderer, and a former Abacha's bagman. So Shaguri, and his children, they are Lebanese Nigerians. They have been, I think he actually born his 2 sons in Nigeria. So they see themselves as Nigerians, because by that design, they are Nigerians. Shaguri was convicted, just like Thiefnubu, convicted, but he forfeited hundreds of millions of dollars to avoid jail, and he kind of escaped. There are places he can't go. And he's Thiefnubu's confidant. The other guy, Abubakar Bagudu, that is your Minister of Budget. That is the guy that, on record, was able to help Abacha loot over $25 billion. Abubakar Bagudu is currently your Minister of Budget, whose family, his wife, and few members of his family, they are currently trying to make a deal with the US government on, to give up few certain things on this looted fund of Abacha. So the guy is now the Minister of Budget that is also a bagman for Thiefnubu. So there's so many questions around it. Okay? But Umahi is not seeing that. Initially, he said, listen to this, so in case if you have come across their propaganda about that landmark, all right? So initially, they said the Oniru family who sold the land to Landmark, who happened to be an Igbo man, I didn't even know. So Oniru family sold the land next to the beach. And they said this beach, 250 meters of it from the bank of the water, 250 meters away, is the federal government's land. Okay? You will need their permission to use the waterfront. They will give you anyway, but just so you know. Remember the Eco-Atlantic city, Eco-Atlantic? The empire of Thiefnubu and the Shaguri. The same story. The Shaguris of Eco-Atlantic, they bought hundreds, if not thousands of acres of land from the Oniru family of Lagos. They were told the same thing. This land we are selling to you. Listen, this is where it stops. From here to that water is not our land. Okay? 250 meters. So therefore, if you want to use it, you will need the permission of the federal government. So Thiefnubu, Shaguri, they met with Goodluck Ebere Jolantan. Shaguri and the Clintons, they are friends. Shaguri was the guy who made Thiefnubu join their exclusive Democrat Club of America as part of their regular donors. Are you following this? Because there's a reason why I'm giving you all these instances. So you see that privilege. One day, they were able to bring Goodluck Ebere Jolantan to Lagos to come and commission the opening of the claimed 8.4 kilometers of water that is now land. Listen again, because like I said, you probably have come across their propaganda so that you can understand the story of Oniru family, the story of 250 meters from the water, from the onset. So if you go to Lagos Atlantic today, the place they call Lagos Atlantic today was formerly water claimed by the high-tech Shaguri. So what did they do? They were allowed, that is the federal government too, they were allowed to reclaim the land by sand filling the water. A lot of you know this story, by the way, Abi. You've heard the story of Eko Atlantic, Abi. So, without buying the land from anybody, but with the approval to sand fill and claim it, Eko Atlantic claimed 8.4 kilometers of former water, which is now land. Landmark, 17 years ago, paid for the land. Again, like the Shaguris, they paid for a certain hundreds or thousands of acres of land, and they were told the same thing. Unlike Shaguris, they also got some money and got approval to sand fill the water and claim some land, which they did. And therefore, it becomes theirs as long as they can keep the 250 meters away. So today, the government of Thiefnubu is destroying landmark on the land they reclaim, okay, by saying they don't even have any right to say they are the owners of the land they sand fill with their money and claimed, like the Shaguris. So they are now accusing them of land grabbing instead of accusing him of water grabbing. They said he's grabbing land that doesn't belong to him. That's the bone of contention. And they are now saying, because again, I would expect somebody like that, a landmark and all these businesses, to show that approval I am talking about. Like, you can't just jump into the water and begin to claim the land. Can you? Anyway, it would have been, you would have leave everything there and just say, oh, let them go do what they want to. There are other allegations of they want to take over the land. Yeah, they want the land. And that simply means now they are telling them that they can keep the hotel. So they are accusing him of renting the land, the water he reclaimed. They are accusing the landmark owner of renting those land to other, tenants who have other businesses on the land. So the government, because they are now in government, so what the government is saying now is that the approval they gave to him for 17 years that it has been existing, okay? No, they didn't give it to him. He should bring the proof, which they can deny. We did not give you. The purpose is to collect the land. But according to Umahi, talking about it, or everyone who has been talking about it, they probably are ignorant. But when it comes to Peter Obi, his own brother, he turned it into tribal attack. He said Obi's comment is to incite some ignorant people in Eastern Nigeria, waiting concern Eastern Nigeria, the Igbo people, and the coastal road. How did the Igbo people come into the coastal road? Obi is a Labour Party with his own obedience all over Nigeria. Why didn't they say Obi? Why didn't he say Obi is inciting Nigerians against Thiefnubu? Why did he say Obi is inciting the ignorant people in eastern Nigeria, specifically against Thiefnubu? It is called dog whistle. It's on record. Now, the Abobakus can tell you. His brother said, all these things is just doing them for the Igbos. You know how much they have done so, how much they have worked to try to turn your obedient movement to Igbo movement. By calling those of you the non-Igbo obedience who actually started this your obedient movement, to be honest, right? So you are non-Igbos. They continue to tell them that Obi is deceiving them because Obi is Igbo agenda. They have been doing that and doing that and doing that. And it seems to be kind of working on some gullible minds. Umahi has now raised the bar. The dog whistle has been blown now. Because what is the correlation? You know, there is an African proverb that says, where two brothers fight to death, strangers inherit their land. And there is also something that this my brother from Sierra Leone, Sekou, said the reason why we are having this kind of conversation today is simply because the southern Nigeria is being led by weak men, weak people, who for the what do you call it, for the comfort or the lust of power, would decide to throw their own people under the bus, destroy their own brother, and watch them get burned. But it's going to be shown where he truly belongs. Just like they did with him under Bukuari. Oh yeah, help them do the dirty job. Then they will show you where you truly belong. So let's go take a look at Umahi's outing today. At first, this is him making up all the lies he could make up. And because he's the minister, he expects all of you to believe that he is saying the truth. But before now, I think the ideal thing is this. Let's hear him first today. Then I will go back to some of his words. The volume is a little bit kind of low. So I will advise you increase the volume of your device if you can. Okay, please listen.
The director of bridge designs has shown the new agreed design routes. You know, a lot of people have been sending messages as it concerns them. Oh, go to the gazetted route. Oh, go to this, go to that. Everybody, you know, it's like in a football match, praying to one God. This team, Father, let us win. Another team, Father, let us win. It's all according to the heart desire of everybody that is involved. And Mr. President says that this development must have two factors. One is the fear of God. The second one is human face. And that's what we have tried to do. Since we came on Thursday, we have been going through the route every day from morning to sometimes 8 p.m., 9 p.m. And we've taken hard decisions. In some cases, we have followed the gazetted route. In other cases, we have realigned to the coastal line majorly. And coastal line from the shore 250 meters by the Supreme Court judgment belongs to the federal government. I talk in particular landmark. I don't know if they're here. And come to think of it, there is none of his infrastructure that is affected. I agree that there are some people he subletted the place to, but the shoreline was never given to him by the Oniru's family. And so these people he subletted erected some, I won't call it shanties, but caravans, makeshift, so on and so forth, within the shoreline. And if you go to the shoreline, you will see a demarcation of what was given to him, and you will see a different color of the sand. There, different color of the sand. And you see by reason of the sand filling, the point that the sand is different color. And so we are dealing with these people that is subletted, this shoreline illegally. Illegally. And I've asked him to bring his documents. And I challenge him and his co-politicians to bring the documents. Let him flash the documents before the press. And so the person we should be talking about is, Mr. Bolaji. I don't know the name of his, that's the man that should be talking about that his infrastructure is taken. And that is at, kilometer 1 plus 400. And this man came to say, look, I was once a local government chairman. I was once PA to the then governor who dreamt of this coastal route. And I've listened to the commendation by some of the southern governors, especially the Niger Delta, who supported Mr. President when he was governor on the need for this coastal route, like His Excellency Donald Duke.
Nuisance Lele.
Sorry once again. I told you the audio is very low. I tried my best to put it a little bit up, better than that, but that's the highest. So that was him talking about the people who were so happy that Thiefnubu want to do coastal road. People like the former governor, Donald Duke. That's a lie. All right? Because in the next 1 or 2 days now, we'll probably hear that Donald Duke did not say that to Thiefnubu. But anyway, according to Umahi, there is a former governor of Delta. Guess who is that? Ex-convict James Ibori. You see, these people were so happy. So my brother is only playing politics. That's why he said his brother, Landmark, is playing politics. If he has any documents that shows that they sold that land to him, he should bring it. Okay, so Landmark is only playing politics. That's what he said. He said the only man that his own case is at least something that is genuine is Mr. Bolaji. He said this Mr. Bolaji said he was he's a former local government chairman in Lagos, former PA to Thiefnubu. But after speaking to Thiefnubu, he agreed that they should destroy his property. So these are the views or the defense of Umahi. But let me show you something. So he said Landmark has no claim. And for the sand filling of the land and all of that, they will give him 100 million for that. And he can pack up his business and go elsewhere. Almost $500 million investment with over 4,000 staff. That is a direct employment. Just gone like that with a check of 100 million naira. And if you are not okay with that, you can go to court. That's what he said. But here, just before now, okay, Umahi, as well as what he said, listen to what he said. None of his stuff is going to be affected. He called people's businesses on that land as rented to them by Landmark. He called them chanties, like they were trespassing. That's why he called them chanties. That none of Landmark structures will be affected. But he lied. All right? So let me show you this.
No claim for Landmark. He has no claim. We spared all his infrastructure. We don't pay for shanties. And even those shanties are on our right of ways, 250 meters from the shoreline. So he has no claim. We made all the efforts to spare all his infrastructure. And that's why I say he's a politician. Me, I'm an engineer. And so while he plays the politics, I do the engineering work. You know, I don't know the attention he's seeking for. Claim for Landmark.
So did you see that? So Umahi said the guy is just looking for attention and they are not destroying his property except some shanties. What you saw on that video is that are those shanties. But anyway, that's why they call him Umahi. For him to now turn it into a tribal thing. That okay, Obi, a politician like himself, opposition politician in Nigeria. Then you understand that this Igbophobia is also kind of supported by self-hating Igbos who somehow probably wishes they were not Igbos and life will be easier than this for them. Because I don't understand this. I want you to listen. Here is when it turned to a tribal thing. His words for Obi.
And so I just believe that my brother Landmark is simply playing politics with, politicians. Because there is nothing to claim. It brings me to some of the comments made by my brother, His Excellency Peter Obi. I'm not supposed to comment about it because some people have already done the work, and I saw what Arise brought, the say courtesy channel, and they were bringing, similar scenario when His Excellency Peter Obi was governor, and he made a statement. He said, any infrastructure that stands on the way of road construction must go, and there will be no compensation paid, quote and unquote. That's what he said. But look at me, by the human face of Renewed Hope Agenda Administration, we are even paying for people that are illegally staying on the coastline and do not even have, valid infrastructure and valid documents. That is messy. That is messy. Some people darken counsel without knowledge. There is devil in details. When you bring judgment, when you condemn people, you bring judgment upon yourself. And that's what he has done. And I think he's inciting some of the Southeast people that are not well informed. He's inciting them, and he gets them into trouble, and he doesn't go to fight for them. Wisdom is a defense. We know money is a defense. But wisdom gives life to those that practice it. And I want our people to have wisdom, because I'm involved. And there is no humanity method to landmark. That matter should be buried, because I was there. And so we fought everything possible. Even people donated their right of occupancy to save his too big infrastructure. And that should show, appreciation. But some people have taken on it alongside with him to play politics. Some people are already very bitter. Why should it be President Bola Ahmed Tinubu that is the one to develop this coastal road? It will be a lasting legacy for generations to come. That is just their own distance. So they look for an avenue to attack. But it's all about darkening counsel without knowledge. And I'm very happy that the president has directed me to begin the design of one of the, spurs linking to this coastal route, and that is the Sokoto to Badagry. And so I just believe that my brother Landmark is simply playing politics.
Nuisance lele.
The African wahala. What do we call those slaves that works inside the marshal's house? What do we call them again? But there is actually the way I sort of see this. Umahi is that self-hating Igbo, and he wears the badge of honor with pride. Did you see how he put himself in that whole thing? When he said, when you attack someone, you bring darkness over yourself. How is criticizing government policy an attack that brings darkness over you? Then he went on. He said, this brings them. He said, my brother Peter Obi had been deceiving some of our people in eastern Nigeria. What did he mean by that? Then he continued, he said, and this brings them a lot of trouble. Again, what did he mean? And what does he mean by that? I am here. I am involved. So they must try and listen to me. Because some people, they are not happy. Their bridge and road is still, what do you call it? 44-kilometer bridge. 44-kilometer road at 1.1 trillion naira is Thiefnubu's legacy that some people don't want him to enjoy. So because of that, they are attacking him. Umahi. Then he also says something that Peter Obi demolished people's properties when he was governor, and he said he will never pay compensation. See? So he is here paying compensation, and Obi is trying to turn the Igbos against Thiefnubu. That's what he said. But just before we continue, okay? let's quickly acknowledge one of that allegation. And it was Peter Obi when he was governor. And that happened to be a confrontation between the government and one brewery factory or so in Anambra. I think it's Onitsha, by the way. So according to the true story, there is almost abandoned road, no longer like motorable, a major road that became so bad that the quota that they actually put on the road were gone. To the point that a brewery along the path of the road erected their fence, which is totally, as according to them, on the right of way on the road, and they were written several times. Could you please pull down this fence? It's right there on the road and move it back to where it was originally. But for those who know Anambra very well, back then in 2004, 2005, 2006, people were laud unto themselves. So, according to them, this brewery did not yield to what the government's letter. So what happened? The road was awarded when Obi became their governor. And he personally also said he went to go and meet with the owners of this said brewery. Move your fence. The government would have to demolish the fence so as to complete the construction of this road. He, as a governor, was also ignored and the fence was pulled down. Do you know that this issue of demolition of a brewery fence has also been used severally in their political war? They said Peter Obi went to South Africa and he brought in Saab Brilla also to Anambra, okay, because he has a stake in them. Now, when Saab entered Anambra, they said because of that, Peter Obi demolished this another brewery, and this is the brewery in question, the one they demolished their fence. The brewery still exists, and they have rebuilt their fence. But it continued to play out in their political talk. The road was built, the fence was pulled down, the road was built, the brewery rebuilt their fence, and everybody went on until Obi said he wants to be president. Then it became an issue again. I'll show you the video. There's actually a report on it, in case if you haven't seen it. I think I put that up earlier. So let's see.
To reduce traffic on Anambra State roads, Governor Peter Obi has directed that any illegal structure on the roads or waterways should be demolished without compensation. He said this in Onitsha while inspecting the Premier Road. Governor Obi ordered the demolition of the Premier Brewery fence, which has led to the delay in the rehabilitation of the road. The governor says the fence has to be brought down to enable government to expand the road, which he described as critical to the people of the state.
The governor was in Onitsha to inspect the ongoing construction and rehabilitation of Premier Road, which is abandoned by previous administrations in the state. The contractors handling the project attributed the slow pace of work on the road to the Premier Brewery fence, which the management refused to bring down, even after the company had been told to do so. This complaint angered the governor, who immediately ordered that the fence be brought down. The order was carried out instantly as people watched with surprise as the fence goes down. The governor warns that any structure standing against development in the state should give way.
Honest that we have to remove all structures on the road as long as we are reconstructing the road. That's why we're even leaving most of the structures on the express. Once we start the work, the structures must go.
The governor also made it clear that no compensation will be made by the state government over such demolition. The governor's pronouncement is already getting reactions.
This is the part of the democratic what we are talking about, the democracy of the grassroots. Can you imagine His Excellency setting up this road that have been abandoned by the old past governors?
It's a sign of a serious government who wants to make life better for its people.
Residents of Onitsha used the opportunity to warn those putting up illegal structures on roads to desist from doing so. They say what the state government has done will serve as deterrent to many others.
That's the report. And that is what Umahi is now talking about, that Peter Obi demolished people's houses and he didn't pay compensation. But Umahi, is going to pay some people compensation. As if to say, the real argument is about compensation or the loss, or let me say the failure to protect the local investors and local investment, protect them. But no, because there is more to it. Now, talking about, oh, it is a legacy project. I'm going to show you videos, collection of videos of Nigerian federal roads across Nigeria, especially southern part of Nigeria. So, I mean, some of them that I believe 15 trillion will make a lot of changes. It will improve the lives of the people of these areas. But nobody gives a damn. You can tell me, if there is a 15 trillion naira to be used in building new road to nowhere, which they say is the Thiefnubu's legacy. This can be his legacy now, by being the first person to fix all of the major highways, major roads across Nigeria. Here you get. It's not about any legacy that has to do with the people. The road is going to serve millions of people. Are you kidding me? Is that going to be your new road when it's completed in 2042? What will happen to all these ones? Let's start with this.
And they tell you, what is this? They can even make a bang. La medima. Come here, come medima to work again. I medima work again. Yeah, I must make a government wait. Because anyway, I'm not going to call number because I'm not going to kill me. I don't need to go make a menu. You have to be a lame. Better than make it. Since what tomorrow make a motor up of our 50 years, watch a long man. No way to go. Jayamaka, Bikono, men and Yabere. Tino no Jay, woman, Biko, but I don't know if you are at alone. Uvon at alone, who will do that, but you won't try and Biko, but I don't know if you are. Ebabo Sofia. Ebabi Sofia. Oh, Kuno for the Alfonde Marina Tanogoda. This is in Sofia. This is the boundary between the Sofia and the Buku. Look at motorists. Look at the road leading from the Buku through Sofia to a flood. You can see traffic congestion because of bad roads. Nigeria for us. We have to defend them more than Nigeria for us. That is it. Nigeria for us. Nigeria for us. Sofia. This is Sofia. It's a federal road that passed from Ibuku through Sofia to Ekulobia. This is it. See what people are passing through. This is Anambra State. Sofia in Anambra State. This is it.
A place where we have government collecting tax.
This is Lagos Expressway. Look at this is Federal Road. This road has been like this since the first time of Brewery in power. You can imagine. And this is not the only way that is spoiled. Everywhere. No good roads. And then you want to follow one way, last man, PIO, all of them, they will stop you and make money from your hand. And then we have a government, the same government that has been in power since 2015. They cannot fix this particular road.
Abesi road, people they say every road where they do now, the federal government road. See, Obaseki, see.
Look, una ask Obaseki. 40 buses where brick, where road where go pass, so road there don't say.
See road.
Where the road where the free buses today. I don't not no guy road.
No road though.
Sabogida block, Eme block, Info block.
All those road are federal government road.
Federal government road.
No.
Basaki, wake up for your slumber.
This is how deplorable on this way the road is. Just imagine how this road, very dead trap. Very dead trap. We believe that this is a federal road. This is Nigeria federal government road. This is where 40 feet container do pass. As you can see, some cars is turning because of how deplorable this road is. This is very unfortunate. You can never obtain this.
This is life in Shagamu Ikorodu Road. So what people are going through. Look at what people are going through, man. So what people are going through. See, look. Oh, Shubuni now. Look.
And they tell you, what is this?
A country that has 15 trillion. Do you know how far that will go? If all these roads, if that 15 trillion is shared to different road contractors to just go to all these spots, all of these major ones in a single year and spend that 15 trillion and make all those places motorable. Do you know what the effect that is going to have on the economy of these areas? and the economy of Nigeria, the lives of the people that are plying the roads. Could you imagine the impact? Could you imagine what legacy that would be? No, they are not interested in any legacy. So, a lady took Umahi up on this at that they are hearing. And suddenly, Umahi no understand English. He needed an interpreter. Listen.
Yes, you mentioned the ESIA is currently being carried out by...
Sister, I was raised in the village. Me, I'm not here for me.
Well,
so
sorry,
so try to speak.
I can't help the way I speak. You mentioned that the ESIA was being carried out at the moment. The EIA Act of 1992...
I need interpreter.
Well, you have enough people next to you. The EIA Act of 1992 states that an EIA must be approved by the Federal Ministry of Environment before the commencement of any project.
No,
unless an exemption has been given. It's not done so.
There is preliminary approval. There is final approval.
Has an exemption been given? And if so, if you have the preliminary approval...
Exemption of what?
For the project to start without the final approval. If you have the preliminary approval, can this be shared?
We are following due process.
So can we have a copy of the preliminary approval?
It is federal government that gives the approval. It's not you.
So can we have a copy of the preliminary approval?
We have the approval.
And you can make that public to the media?
Everything in order.
Okay, thank you.
Like I said, the whole project is a scam. An avenue to loot the whatever is left in your purse. There is not going to be any road project. There is not going to be any 700-kilometer road to Calabar. No. There is not going to be any goddamn road from Sokoto to Badagry. No. But they will initiate them. They will initiate them. Okay? And yeah, for as long as it takes them, they will drawn and drawn and drawn from your empty treasury until it is totally red. There's no plan on... No. Do you want me to show you another part of the collection of the roads that 15 trillion could help in changing in Nigeria in a single year, 1 year? All these things, all these ones, they will become a new, beautiful, brand new roads. 15 trillion criminals. Here again.
Look. This is Ekpoma Road. See Ekpoma Road. See Ekpoma Road. This is Express Road in Ekpoma. Express Road. Bini Express Road in Ekpoma. Look at it. See road. Now see road. See road.
result. And then they tell her now, driver dey inside though. He don't red though. Driver dey inside though. You know, see some wicked, he don't. Oh. And they tell say Mark no go pass this thing. May not be saying avoid this thing carry o.
Siamo, he don't read o. Na government paraset of this o. Mola Siamo, he don't read. Sia, na cover be this o. He don't read for everybody. Everybody go collect o. Sia, na him na he dey say yes so governor. Sia, na governor na he dey say water so. He just talk. Na him motto be this. Governor of Edo State. He don't read. See their convoy. And not they go where now they go. See ya. Now Edo State Beniso, Edo State for ROCC. Now if for red so. Since we tell them say me, they come they do and they not agree do. They come they load block they put. They say now what they do. They say everybody don't collect now. They say that they do us. They say that they do us so they don't know say who throw stuff for market like mama go meet to. Mother say governor did this motto so see. He dey inside there, he hide, he dey shame. He not fit come outside. Now so everybody they collect for Nigeria, both the poor and the rich. Everybody they collect. Now so say my people, now go share them.
I think it's beyond being a federal road. I mean, you know, this is a major road. It's the economic lifeline of Edo State. You cannot go from, this is the road that takes you from Benin through the longest span of the state to Edo North. You know, we're stuck here. We cannot get from Benin to Ekpoma, you know, because the road has failed. What's sad is it would have cost us a fraction of the amount if our call was heeded 2-3 months ago. We had made pleas, we'd begged, we had done everything possible to the federal authorities to just help with maintenance before the rains. You can see we are cut off as a state. I mean, and this is really devastating for us. Our economy is grounded. We just don't know. We don't know. I mean, we're really helpless.
Yaya Bello, Yaya Bello, 80.2 billion. You squander RAM. 1.1 billion. Just for school fees. God go punish you, kill you. Ole buruku. Ole werenye. Yaya Bello, Yaya Bello, This is not the Ahmed Bola Tinubu I know. Since 1992 when I encountered you, I don't think this is the Ahmed Bola Tinubu I know. That calls me his friend and I call him my friend. And calls me my son and I call him my father. This is not the Ahmed Bola Tinubu I know. Ekalo boko to bodugare bebe. Ebikite buayima. Esi buba.
You tell me if I am kind of wrong that even if you want to build coastal road, okay, and you are not in a rush, okay, to carry out your scam, about 15 trillion can change a lot of lives. Did you see that that Maersk trailer that attempted to enter water that I didn't know that it was entering river and it tumbled? I saw how many of you were like, Jesus, wow, yay. And they started looking for the driver. You saw that, Abi? That is the situation. You tell me if there is no corruption, 15 trillion will not change a lot of that. And there will be no need to destroy people's jobs and people's investments. But since they are the people that will do what they will do and double down And if you are trying to kind of stop them, they will turn it into ethnic and tribal war. With that, they can easily win the sympathy of their bigoted supporters. I haven't actually really seen any self-hating Igbo that has publicly called for the persecution of his own people simply because they won't kiss the ass of those who want them dead. There is Igbophobia. There is also self-hating Igbos. And most of the Igbo elite, they are self-hating Igbos. If they have a chance, they will tell you, I cannot give my Igbo-ness for anything else. But they will watch their fellow Igbos slaughtered by different regimes in Nigeria. As long as they are spared as the house niggers. So I've never seen anyone that is. I actually thought it was Hopeless Uzodingba or Hopeless Uzodijo. That is, which he happened to be the one that opened the gateway of terrorism into the eastern part of Nigeria in order to give an excuse to the murderous Boko Haram army to come in and then clean and continue their massacre, ethnic cleansing that is going on in eastern Nigeria, underreported. But yet, I actually thought Uzodingba was. I know about Umahi, but you see these two, I have never seen any self-hating Igbo like them. And they will say anything, they will do anything just to satisfy whoever is their master. So Umahi should continue. And he should continue to help them set the Igbos up. Peter Obi is a Nigerian politician, he's not a Biafran politician. If Thiefnubu is not Oduduwa politicians, then Obi is not Biafran politicians. He never supports Biafra. Like Thiefnubu never supports Yoruba nation as well. So why should the people that would love to have something different from this be held responsible in your political war? Think about that. They double down. They don't like to take responsibility. They lied yesterday that they have just signed a $600 million seaport infrastructure expansion. Yeah, nonsense, yeah. And the company said, no, we didn't sign anything. Do you know that Maersk have lost over 4% of their own shares? 4% of the value of their shares lost. Over $1.2 billion have been lost by these people with that useless fake news from Thiefnubu and his gang. They started deleting all of their posts. They started deleting everything they put out there, the lies. They were deleting them, including Onofunuga Bayo, only for some of these sewage dwellers to post another video of, which is fake video. The video that they now say, hey, but the contract wasn't signed in Saudi Arabia, it was signed in February. That's what they do. When they get caught in one scam, they fly another one. And another one they fly today is the salary increase. It's a scam. It's a fraud. And I will show you. Okay? Of course, I want to listen to this this review done by the Arise crew on their program, The Money Show. I don't know if you've seen this, right? Talking about the embarrassing fake news of $600 million deal in the head of the demented Kolu and his insane, lunatic crumb chasers, these voluntary slaves. Oh, listen.
Well, the presidency has come under fire on social media after officials of Danish shipping company AP Moller Maersk on Tuesday denied a $6 $100 million investment deal with the Nigerian government. Well, on April 28th, Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Ajuri Ngelale, in a statement claimed that Nigeria secured a $600 million investment to expand existing port infrastructure to accommodate more container shipping services in Nigerian ports. Well, according to Ngelale, Robert Ugla, chairman of AP Mola Maersk, made the investment commitment during a meeting with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on the sidelines of the World Economic Forum in Saudi Arabia. But according to Lloyd's list on April 29th, the $600 million investment in Nigeria, as stated by the presidency, was news to Maersk. The report added that the company's chairman, Ugla, met with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu over the weekend, but no new investment deal was signed. I mean, Rufai, I know you are saying, because I did see some of your, your statements on Twitter, and it does appear. I mean, let me just take this tweet from Hamless, who wrote, "This one, the entire government is now depending only on propaganda. Does it now imply that Tinubu has run out of ideas? From Dubai visa ban to Maersk $600 million investment. How long should we continue to delete posts and keep writing these articles?" But I believe that he's responding to Bayo Ononuga, who actually deleted the post announcing the deal as well. I'll take Godswill's tweet. He wrote, "Breaking news. This is the global Tinubu effect. Maersk lost almost 4% of their market capitalization in less than 12 hours after Tinubu's administration falsely announced that the company was going to invest $600 million in Nigeria. The global market has finally priced Nigeria as junk asset class. Maersk is a public company, and I can imagine the frenzy of phone calls among their board of directors and shareholders that forced them to quickly denounce the false propaganda about their $600 million investment in Nigeria. I can also imagine Maersk lawyers threatening Bayo Ononuga with a lawsuit if he did not delete the tweet immediately, because the lightning speed with which the tweet was deleted was nothing short of dizzying. Anyway, the Maersk stock price has since been struggling to get back to its market value." Well, in a twist of events, a video made available to Arise News with the caption, "Caught on tape," the presidency claimed the Maersk Terminal's chief executive officer, Kate Swevenson, detailed the company's $600 million investment commitment during a visit to the Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Dr. Doris Uzoka Anete. Well, in the video, Maersk Terminal CEO appeared to have outlined plans to allocate an initial $100 million with an additional $500 million for port investments in Lagos. Well, let's take a look.
I'm happy today to present to you the global CEO of APM Terminals and chairman of Maersk and management team of APPL. With this facility, Nigeria is starting of getting over 1 million jobs.
Facility to really work as capabilities and invested over $100 million there. And so our proposal is to upgrade the Apapa port facility with our partners there and invest $500 million in upgrading the facilities.
To actually come forward with your commitments of investment. And for me, it's something I want the rest of Nigerians to see and to hear, and to be rest assured that it's going to get better. We committed and we promised Nigerians that there will be jobs. And also, calculating numbers, sitting down here, we've just created 3 million jobs. In 2 days, we are seeing opportunities of creating 5 million jobs. So what we are doing is also to create a job center where we can actually put out the opportunities that are available for Nigerians to see and to contact those who are providing these jobs in a matchmaking process. So we do all that we can and all that it takes to remove the bottlenecks around businesses for you, increase the ease of doing business.
Caught on tape. Well, according to the presidency, this video was made this pledge was made in February, but of course Nigerians will react. You see that video? This is from Dari, who wrote, "This is actually a dangerous game. What if Maersk decided to sue for this kind of AI forgery and misinformation. This is criminality of the highest order. Bayo Ononuga has deleted the tweet. You people want to put them in more trouble by forging their voices. Maersk lost 4% of his market CV yesterday. Don't make them squeeze Nigeria for it, I mean, because that's the rhetoric. It does appear to be like an AI-generated video because the voice was not syncing.
I would like to quote
I mean, what's happening here?
The famous words of the leader and the founder of the Pluto Nation, Mr. Charlie Poppy. He said, and I quote, he don't cast. He don't cast, he don't cast. Okay. This deal, he don't cast. Dr. Abati, yesterday, we took a story when Nuhu Ribadu was talking about disinformation. And I said something profound, like I'm a soothsayer, that the government should desist from disinformation and misinformation. Dr. Abati, I submit to you, do you not see it is this government that is...
He don't cast. Last, everybody go chop breakfast. He don't cast. Last, everybody go chop breakfast.
Everybody go chop breakfast. I want to listen to more. I want to listen more of that review before I add mine. Rufai is talking. Let's hear that before we, Indeed.
And misinformation. Dr. Abati, I submit to you, do you not see it is this government that is purveying misinformation and disinformation as we speak? A deal that was never signed, a deal that was never articulated, you went ahead and reported that the chairman of Maersk made that deal with you on the sidelines of your meeting in Saudi Arabia. Then Lloyd's List. Lloyd is one of the most authoritative websites when it comes to anything shipping. They also, I'm sure they probably also run the Lloyd's Register. Came out and they debunked the story. In the pain and everything, instead of you to offer an apology, anyway, Mr. Bayo Ononuga, like they say in social media parlance, he did feel folded. He folded. He went back, he deleted that message, that misinformation.
As he should.
Then some of their propagandist bandwagon had the temerity to bring out this video that didn't even talk about an investment, talk about a proposal that was done in February as against something that was announced. I mean, how much will government stop spreading misinformation on social media? Because when Nuhu Ribadu was talking about spreading misinformation, is this not obvious? Just like we had in the Dubai case, that it took a brave journalist to debunk it by calling the Dubai authorities. It has gotten to a point where if you have any of this foreign announcement, what do you do now? You need to talk to those foreign bodies that they made the announcement with to be able to get to the root of the matter. If Maersk had not been asked, and stellar job Rotus, I commend you, second time I commend you Rotus today. Rotus had to go ahead and send a message, say they can't comment on any investment. If it was something they were happy about, they were going to comment on it. So it speaks volumes of what we should do, and let us do it, right? We can't keep doing this and spreading misinformation.
Okay, I'll be very brief. You see, there's something they call test of English as a foreign language.
I know that. TOEFL.
Yes. So English language is a very tricky thing for people for whom English is not their first language. That's my first point. Now, Ajuri said the Nigerian government secured, right? It probably, in his mind, doesn't mean that a deal has been struck. Mr. Ononuga, in the tweet that he deleted, said plans to invest.
Like a proposal, yes.
Right? So Mr. Ononuga, when there was this pushback, deleted the tweet. And I think also he went on television to say, he didn't say they have said they will invest, but that they plan to invest. Now, Maersk, in their own statement, said, we'll continue to dialogue with the Nigerian government. We're committed. We've been doing business in Nigeria for a very long time, and the ongoing dialogue with the Nigerian government is in order, but no deal has been signed. Obviously, if a deal was signed, we will have seen the ceremony.
Yes.
Now, to the basic issues. That article by one Richard Mead on the Lloyd's List, I went through it.
Yes.
Yes, he said Maersk did not say that any deal was signed, but he also provided an explanation that Maersk, the Danish shipping giant, that they are going to have announced their quarterly earnings, first quarter earnings, on Thursday. And of course, that would generate the interest of investors and all that. And that one of the reasons is that they don't want to run foul of any regulatory issues. So how do you go and tell your investors that you have already promised or you have committed yourself to a $600 million package in Nigeria? Yes, of course, at that meeting, questions will be asked. Investors will ask questions. So it provided that alternative explanation. And then in some of the things you read, their share price, their stock equity was affected. It dropped by 4%. So there are regulatory issues here. There are, business considerations here. But the more important part of it is that those who issue statements on the part of government should not be over-enthusiastic. Yeah. Each time President Tinubu travels, our people are always very eager to come out and say, we have secured this amount, we have secured that amount. Yeah. So I think there's also something about the use of English language here. Why not just say it as it is and say there was a dialogue, there is a...
Nuisance Lele. Nuisance Lele.
That is how, that is how they do social conditioning. We all saw what Thiefnubu and gang did. Abati, being a member of the establishment, this year he started. And all of you will be like, Then he will turn it around and say, oh, it's because of the way they communicated it. Maybe they were just too happy to say something. Maybe it is not propaganda, as some of you are seeing it. As if to say this is not intentional. Abati knows that it is intentional. But just to look like their conversation is balanced. That is why he wanted to play with your head. Downplay the seriousness of it. And then pretend to offer them advice. Maybe next time, I know that some of you, when Thiefnubu travels, you are eager to tell the news of like you have done something when you have not. That means you are lying. That's not eager. Eager to want to say something. No. It's all intentional. He went on TV and made the announcement, didn't he? Does that mean that he was just too happy to tell Nigerians that they've done something they haven't? So Abati knows what he's doing. So maybe shut up. Okay. Somebody just said this as a reminder, by the way. This was in April 2023. When men, or should I say when humans begin to speak like prophets and everything they say comes to pass. Read with me. Read with me. This is what Sam wrote in April 2023 before Thiefnubu was sworn in at all. So let me tell you people how Thiefnubu's tenure will go. It's so easy to predict. Number one, in June, subsidy will be removed. This will trigger inflation, never seen in Nigeria before. I see people refer to transportation costs, for humans, but it's a lot more than that. Two, goods also travel. Do you know that? A cost of transporting goods will rise and sellers will transfer this to the prices of their goods. So expect everyday goods to rise sharply. Three, cost of production will also rise. Companies that run on generators will raise their prices to break even. Four, this means demand will drop drastically. And once demand starts to drop, companies will begin to pack up and fail. But this is not the sad part. I know it gets worse. The companies are falling. The companies are failing. Sorry, if companies are failing, that means government taxes are failing too. Let's forget unemployment first. 6, for a man like Thiefnubu that measures his success through IGR, which is a pretty dumb way though, he cannot stand and watch IGR fall. What will he do? Increase taxes, because that's always his first instinct, which will further drive a lot of businesses to fail. 7, let's not forget he has spent so much in this election. He has to make his money back. plus is no Peter Obi that can manage resources. Those presidential aircraft will not fly themselves. We are in for the toughest time in our history. So he said, I see people making tweets like, "May Nigeria Angono," making tweets like, "Nigeria must work." It's like standing in front of a moving train and declaring that the train will stop. Keep your prayer for yourself. You will need it if this man stays in office in the next 4 years. And guess what? Every part of this prediction has come to pass. But there are still more coming, which means it is still going to be worse. Okay? Thiefnubu and his criminal co-travelers, their own success of being successful is the amount of IGR they are declaring. And that is why, despite the hardship or economic cost, the cost of living in Nigeria, they continue to increase the import tax or imported duties, which importers are going to pass on to you anyway. You will pay for it, so that they can tell you that they have been making more money now. At the end of the day, the entire center will no longer hold. Now, take a look at the salary structure put forward by Thiefnubu. And according to them, this is going to be the new salary structure. So you know what you are earning before. If you are from the government level 1 to 15, you will have 20% increase. And if you are from level 16, you get 28% increase. Again, paramilitary salary. That's for the police. So now paramilitary salary structure from level 1, the same thing, 20%. From level 16 upward, 28%. Then they have the armed forces, the military. From level 1 to the same thing, 20% to and 28%. So if you look at the consolidated public service salary, it is the same as well. From level 1 to level 16, and then from level 17 upward. So consolidated research and allied institution salary structure, same but in practice, this is what it means. Okay? So those of you who are civil servants in Nigeria, you probably should understand the difference, Abi. So what this means is that, take a look at that level 1, right? Of 45,000 naira. No, sorry, 450,000 naira. So that is per annum. Your salary per annum. So if you divide the 450,000 naira by 12, so that is going to be an extra, possibly, an extra 8,000 naira on your 30,000 naira minimum wage. So they practically are paying you extra 8,000 naira. So your minimum wage is still pretty much under 40,000 naira. And that is the new minimum wage. Then you can begin to now calculate it onward. Which level are you? Right? So get on with that. Level 16, level 17, sub-level 4 or 5, and all of that. They have the way they calculate it to. Sure you get. Now, in that contraption, Nigeria, do you mind me taking the highest paid person? No, sorry. Minimum wage of, let's say, level 16. No, level 15. Now, take a look at the level 15 salary. Basic. Okay. And level 15 top. So what do you call that in again? Level 15 top 9 or something, Abi Clemente. Now, take a look at that level 15 and the annual salary under 9. 15.9. That's a 3,367,474 naira. Ladies and gentlemen, that is practically just about 2,000 pounds. This is somebody in level 15, level 15 top 9. I mean step 9 rather. Yeah, God bless you, Jerry. Level 15 step 9. You see the salary annually? 3.3 million, right? Convert that to what they have turned Nigeria into now. So divide it in by 12. So practically, that should be somewhere around the 270 or 260,000. I mean, yeah, maybe 250,000 naira a month, right? 3 million, 3.2, sorry, 3.5. So the most is it's going to be like about 250,000 naira a month. Now, somebody will be level 15, step 9 in Nigeria will be paid in the new salary. It will be paid somewhere around 250,000. Baba converts that now. No be 150 pounds be that a month. For person be level 15, oh, you work on the level 2. I mean, divided, that is what Thiefnubu just announced. So the Nigerian workers are now saying the minimum they will take as minimum wage in Nigeria is going to be 625,000 naira. That's the minimum. And if that should work well, you see, that simply means that the person that is meant to be paid 250,000 naira, that person can possibly collect a 2.5 million naira. Then that will make sense. Because you see, Nigeria is a poor country, made poor by these criminals. But you are living in the third world country, and you are paying the price of the first world country. How much is a liter of your petrol right now? That's almost what we pay for the same petroleum, what have you here. Like, how much are you paying for your electricity right now? You're almost paying for, a lot of you, they put in band 1, I'll be band A. Band A with no electricity, they are billing you like person where they live for UK. I've seen a lot of you complaining. 400,000 naira. 800,000 naira. Electricity bill, 180,000. From 10,000 naira a month, you are not going to be spending about 60,000, 70,000. Living in the third world country. But paying like the first world country. Isn't that, isn't that something like daylight cheating that at least should be enough for a lot of you to stand up? Well, Showore is back to Nigeria. It's back in Nigeria. And they said the Orange Beret revolution is, is what everyone will still have to queue behind, whatever the agenda is, right? Ladies and gentlemen, Show is back. And he had this to say.
Take it back. Action. Revolution. Now. I want to thank everyone. As our future governor of Ondo State has said, when I left about a month and a half ago, I made it very clear that I'll be back soon. But before I left about a month and a half ago, in 2019, when we were starting out the revolutionary movement, we told them that it may take time, but we will defeat them. Yes. Even in their own courtroom. So by a month and a half ago, we defeated 4 judges. My case went through 4 judges and over 5 years. And most powerful 5 years of the re-institutionalization of the country that the government has seen. And you can imagine today that we are the only ones who can confront the oppressors of their own country, in their courtrooms, in their barracks, in their police stations, even in Aso Rock. We stayed with them in Abuja and etc. And we have said it that we...
Hey, did I just miss that? I'm so sorry, right? I'll show you something else, okay? I really want you to listen to Showore. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to put it back on. Please.
Take it back. Action. Revolution. Now. I want to thank everyone. As our future governor of Ondo State has said, when I left about a month and a half ago, I made it very clear that I'll be back soon. But before I left about a month and a half ago, in 2019, when we were starting out the revolutionary movement, we told them that it may take time, but we will defeat them.
even in their own courtroom. So by a month and a half ago, we defeated 4 judges. My case went through 4 judges and over 5 years. And it's the most powerful 5 years of the re-institutionalization of the country that the world has ever seen. And you can imagine today that we are the only ones who let stand who can inform the oppressors of their own cause in their courtrooms, in their barracks, in their police stations, even in Aso Rock. We stayed with them in Abuja and etc. And we have said it that we'll be back, and I'm back today. And I'm glad to be back with all of you. I have another trial tomorrow in Abuja. I'll go to Abuja. But the trial is not the issue. We are going to put all of them on trial one by one, and collectively. Those of you who are aware when we were fighting in Kogi State, we told Yaya Bello when he arrested 2 of our guys for facing Buhari must go that one day he too will be on the run. Has it not come to pass? His deputy that time, he told them one day you'll be on the run too. The Buhari people, we told them they are all on the run now. But that is not our intention. Our intention is to clean this country. And like I said, in the US when I arrived there, what we did in the last 5 years was to give them a middle finger. But what we are doing next is to give them a soccer punch. Today is also May Day as well. So nobody is celebrating workers there because there are no workers in Nigeria. People are just suffering. They are now some stupid minimum wage today, 25% increase. Is it 30%? No, the 30,000 will now be 37,000. You understand? That is practically what it is. Meanwhile, one governor can steal a billion. They will tell you there's no money. As I've said, the problem of Nigeria is not the population of Nigeria. It's the population of the thieves in Nigeria. And we will get rid of all of them. So I'm back, and anyway, I never went anywhere. And my wife will be watching now. I said she will go my passport. I gave her the passport she still have. So, here now. All of them are also send their greetings. All our colleagues from all over the US, Europe, Australia, African continent, they are all so that greetings to you, and they are with you in our next phase of the battle. Thank you very much. Aluta continua.
Victoria Asata.
Aluta continua.
Victoria Asata.
Soweto.
In Africa.
Soweto.
In Africa.
Soweto.
In Africa.
In Africa. Struggle.
You expect me to tell you why that last video? I don't know. I just kind of felt like the situation in Nigeria, right, as choking as it is about to become choker test. Now, there's no word like that. Okay, say, is it choking? They say that it's choking them. Okay, they say choking tint. Is he choking them? They say he's choking them. They say, okay, choking tint. So yeah, show is back. Let's see what the drama is going to be like. Now that everybody has put on their berets. It says Orange Revolution, starting from Ondo, including the next Ondo governor, a revolutionary in their midst. So there is much to look forward to. To those of you who said you were been settled and he has relocated to the America and all of that stuff, well, he's back now. So let's see how long it's going to take to provoke Thiefnubu and his DSS to come after him again. Here you get, because I don't think it's going to keep quiet anyway. Okay. And then, yeah, you know, even though some of them are already talking about all of you who are their opposition to Thiefnubu to come together and build a mega alliance or whatever, Showore won't be part of that, will it? No, because I won't be part of that too. Knowing what really exists, but his own way is not my way. Just like my way is not the way, or should I say, the way of the alleged Yoruba farmers that signed a deal with the Fulani Mietiala. They said for peaceful coexistence, the Fulanis will no longer attack the Yoruba farms anymore. And a lot of us came out here and said, how dare you believe you are signing a peace deal with generational terrorists? Instead of clamping on them and get rid of them, you went on to go and start signing papers. But that was just about 3 weeks ago or less than that. So ladies and gentlemen, somewhere in Yoruba land, just 24 hours ago, Baba, the ink that they used in signing the peace deal with the Miyetti Allah Fulani terrorists is yet to dry. Our farmers are already counting their losses again. This is in Yoruba. Somebody will kind of do the interpretation in the comments. Read the comments. When I come back, I'll give you a summary. Watch this.
Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin àgbààgbà ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, ẹ̀yin àgbà ọ̀dàlẹ̀, mo kí yín. Ẹ̀yin àgbà tẹ́ kì í ṣàgbà ọ̀dàlẹ̀, mo kí yín. Ẹ̀yin afẹ́nifẹ́bi tẹ́ ń pera yín ní afẹ́nifẹ́re, tẹ́ sọ wípé ẹ lọ tọwọ́ bọ ìwé àdéhùn pẹ̀lú àwọn Fúlàní kí wọ́n máa pa wá, kí wọ́n máa ṣoríṣiríṣi nǹkan fún wa nínú oko. Mo fẹ́ kí n fi àwọn nǹkan tí àwọn Fúlàní tẹ́ lọ tọwọ́ bọ ìwé àdéhùn pẹ̀lú ẹ̀, àrà tí wọ́n dá ní alẹ́ àná nínú oko pákí, tá a fi gbogbo àkókò wa tá a fi jẹ̀yà nínú òjò nínú ẹ̀rùn tá a fi gbìn, kẹ́ wá wo bí wọ́n ṣe ṣe. Ẹ̀yin afẹ́nifẹ́re, mi ò rò pé ẹ nọ́mọ o, torí tẹ́ ẹ bá ní àwọn ọmọ, ó yẹ kí àwọn ọmọ yín kí wọ́n lè jẹ́ olùmọ̀ràn tó dára láti gbà yín nímọ̀ràn àti láti là yín lọ́yẹ wípé nǹkan tẹ́ ń ṣe fún ìran Yorùbá, ẹ̀ ń ṣe ìkà fún àwọn ìran Yorùbá, ẹ dẹ̀ jẹ́ ọ̀dàlẹ̀. Àbá rí yín gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ àlè Yorùbá, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni, torí tẹ́ ò bá kí ṣọmọ àlè Yorùbá ni. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ sọ pé ẹ lọ tiwọ́ bọ ìwé àdéhùn pẹ̀lú àwọn Fúlàní, mélòó nínú yín ló dé oko? Àwọn àgbẹ̀ mélòó lẹ kó jọ? Àwọn àgbẹ̀ mélòó lẹ sọ fún kẹ́ tó lọ tọwọ́ bọ ìwé àdéhùn pẹ̀lú Fúlàní láti máa fìyà jẹ wá, láti máa fi bí pa wá, láti lè jẹ́ kí wọ́n tún ráàyè láti máa ṣe ọṣẹ́ wọn tí wọ́n ń ṣe. Ẹ̀yin ẹ wá wò ó, tẹ́ ẹ bá rí ìrọ̀lẹ́ àná lélẹ́yìí ṣẹlẹ̀, òjò tó rọ̀ lálẹ́ àná ló lu pa ẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀. Bí mo ṣe dóko ní ìsìn, mo mú àwọn tó fẹ́ hu pákí dénú oko, mo rí i pé wọ́n ti ba ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ owó jẹ́. Ṣó dẹ̀ dáa? Tí alálẹ́ bá ní ó dáa fún yín, aláàárọ̀ ò ní jẹ́ ó dáa fún ẹ̀yin tẹ́ pera yín ní afẹ́nifẹ́re, tẹ́ ẹ lọ tọwọ́ bẹ̀ ìwé àdéhùn, àti wípé oko mélòó gan lẹ́yìn gan dá tẹ́ fi ń lọ tọwọ́ bọ̀ ìwé àdéhùn pẹ̀lú Fúlàní. Ẹ dẹ̀ ń pera yín ní èèyàn gidi, ẹ̀ ń pera yín ní ọmọ Yorùbá. Ọmọ Yorùbá kọ́ ni yín o, ọmọ àlè Yorùbá ni yín. Mo fẹ́ kí gbogbo àwọn nǹkan wọ̀nyí, fídíò yìí kó kan àwọn afẹ́nifẹ́bi lọ́wọ́ kí wọ́n rí. Gbogbo ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá ṣe alábàápàdé fídíò yìí, ẹ jẹ́ kó lọ fáírà, kẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ kó kan àwọn afẹ́nifẹ́bi lọ́wọ́ kí wọ́n rí àrà tí wọ́n ń dá. Irú àwọn ọmọ wọn táwọn ọmọ wọn bá dákẹ́ tí wọ́n ò sọ̀rọ̀ pẹ̀lú gbogbo àrà táwọn bàbá wọn yìí ń dá, tí wọ́n lọ ń tọwọ́ bọ̀ ìwé àdéhùn pẹ̀lú àwọn ẹranko lásánlásán, tí wọ́n dẹ̀ jọ ń hùwà ìbàjẹ́ ìwà pálapàla yìí, wípé káwọn jọ máa gbé nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ṣé èdè kan ni wá ni? A ò kì í ṣèdè kan, a ò kì í ṣẹ̀yà kan. Mo mà kí bàbá yìí, àwọn bàbá méjì kan tí mò ń gborúkọ rẹ̀, ọmọ ọkọ mà ní wọn o. Ojúlówó ọmọ kan tí wọ́n fi gbogbo ayé wọn, gbogbo ọjọ́ ayé wọn tí wọ́n fi ń jà fún ìran Yorùbá. Àwọn ọmọ wọn mà jẹ́ olùmọ̀ràn tó dára o. Alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ ni Professor Banji Akíntóyè, mò ń gbórúkọ bàbá yìí. Orí mi dẹ̀ǹdẹ̀ ń wú, ara mi ń yá. Bákan náà ni ọmọ ọkọ tó jẹ́ ìmọ́lẹ̀ Yorùbá, ọ̀kan ṣoṣo tí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tí wọ́n ń wò lójú, Dr. Chief Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho Òòṣà. À ń gbòòrò gbogbo àrà tó ń dá, tó ń fi gbogbo ọjọ́ ayé ẹ̀ tó fi jì fún ìran Yorùbá. ìjọba nàìjíríà wọ́n bà gbogbo nǹkan tó jẹ́ nǹkan ìní ẹ̀ jẹ́ síbẹ̀ náà kò bójú wẹ̀yìn ẹ̀yin afẹ́nifẹ́bi ẹ dẹ̀ wà níbẹ̀ o ẹ rí ẹ rójú ayé níbí ó túmọ̀ sí pé ẹ ní olùmọ̀ràn àwọn ọmọ yín tó jẹ́ tó yẹ kó jẹ́ olùdámọ̀ràn yín wọn ò jẹ́ olùdámọ̀ràn yín táwọn náà a ò mọ̀ra tí wọ́n fẹ́ dá ní ilẹ̀ yorùbá níwọ̀nba ìgbà tí ó ti jẹ́ pé ẹ̀yin bàbá tẹ́ ẹ bí wọn ẹ ò so èso tó dára fún ilẹ̀ yorùbá báwo làwọn ọmọ yín ṣe fẹ́ sèso tó dára jàre ẹ wo iṣẹ́ tí àwọn fúlàní dá ẹ wo àrà tí wọ́n dá ṣáà lè sọ pé inú ìgbẹ́ lóko ní oko yìí wà tí wọ́n fi wá ba ogunlọ́gọ̀ owó millions of naira ni wọ́n bàjẹ́ ní bíbáyìí ò nágbára o gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń tọwọ́ bọ ìwé àdéhùn tẹ́ ń fìyà jẹ ìran yorùbá tí alálẹ́ bá ní ó dáa aláàárẹ̀ ò ní jẹ́ ó dáa fún yín o ẹ ò ní sinmi ní gbogbo ìyókọjọ ayé yín ó mà ga o àníkáwí wọn ní lọ tọwọ́ bọ ìwé àdéhùn ṣẹ́ẹ̀rí èèyàn kan ló hu o àwọn fúlàní ní ẹwàrà tí wọ́n dá wọ́n bà gbogbo oko jẹ́ wọ́n bà millions of naira jẹ́ nínú oko nítorí kíni torí pé ẹ lọ tọwọ́ bọ ìwé àdéhùn èsì àti èrè ìwé àdéhùn tẹ́ lọ tọwọ́ bọ̀ ohun lélẹ́yìí o àbẹ́ẹ̀rí.
Okay, let me make it easier for all of us who don't understand the Yoruba. At least you saw that was a cassava farm. You know what a cassava is, right? Good. Gary, Maki. So a cassava farm where, the owner arrived at the farm this morning. That was after the rainfall yesterday. And he discovered he was coming to his farm to come and show those who were going to help him to harvest the cassava. Upon arriving on his farm, the Fulanis, they were there before him. So they harvested the cassava and fed it to their cows. Yeah, that's why you saw all of them there, all on the, and you see all these small pits you saw there. Those are the spots where the cassavas were, were harvested. And he was using the opportunity to put the blame on the Afenifere or Afenifebi, who went on to go and endorse Thiefnubu, and at the same time put themselves together and put up a show in Ibadan where Ladoja was one of those who signed. And they called it a peace deal with the Miyetti Allah, with the promise that there will no longer be Fulani herdsmen destroying people's farms or even attacking villages. They said they will now live together in peace. So that person, the farmer, was there saying, so you signed up our peace. You signed off our freedom. And most of you don't even have their farms. Which farm did you have that made you present yourself as farmers with others? Now you see what they have done? You impoverished, you have impoverished us, okay? And you are going to make us starve since we can no longer grow our own food and we have no money to buy them. So when are we not going to starve? So that then it kept showing the farm to say, see what they have done? Please show it to them. Let them see what they have done. Because this is the consequences of their fake peace deal. You don't make peace with terrorists. When you see them, you give them violence. It should be, they say violence is the only language that the Fulanis actually, understand. So if you are that type that is so violent with them, like they are, they will look for the weakest link among you, possibly through them, weaken you, until when they will bring this kind of papers to come and sign peace deal. Our forefathers did not sign peace deal with Fulani. They killed them for invading our land. We chased them. But then you are in 2024. The descendants of our own ancestors, they are looking for pen and paper to sign a peace deal with AK-47 wielding terrorists. There you have it. There you have it. Anyway, thank you so much, everyone, for your time. I am thinking that I was going to say let's take calls, but I'm not happy because you know what? How could we have like about 1,700 of us? And it has become something that I have to actually like remind us to go on there, show that you are here. Some people have said that, oh, it could be all these Barbadorians. They will never like the video. They were watching and looking at you. I'm hoping that maybe one day this platform will be gone and they will not have to worry about Mayegun again. So there are those who will never like the video, but we are more than them. So you should do yours. So anyway, thank you so much for your time this evening. And because I was live this afternoon as well, so the ideal thing is that we don't carry today's conversation till tomorrow, okay? Even though we do kind of have to continue somewhere tomorrow. So I am going to take calls. So don't go anywhere. Let me go make myself another cup of tea. And when I come back, I will take calls. Please use that number on your screen. Right? I'll be back.
This is not the Ahmed Bola Tinubu I know. Since 1992, when I encounter you, I don't think this is the Ahmed Bola Tinubu I know. That calls me his friend, and I call him my friend, and calls me my son, and I call him my father. This is not the Ahmed Bola Tinubu I know.
Thank you. And welcome back. So I have a caller on the line. Hello there.
Hello, my Igbo General.
Hello, Baba. That is Prince Adewale, the African Wahala.
Yes, sir.
How are you today, Baba?
Yes, sir. Fine, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I hope you feel better now, bro.
Well, I do. I have to.
Yeah. Yeah, because I can clearly see, that it's upsetting that people are not liking the broadcast. Apart from the fact that when you like
somehow, it shouldn't be an issue at all. But again, we just have to keep reminding people when it shouldn't really be something that come on. We just want to say.
I mean, I want people to understand that there are two aspects to liking the broadcast. Number one, it gives the video more visibility as far as YouTube algorithm is concerned. Secondly, you are encouraging Mayegun to have more reasons to come here and deliver us great content, educate us on the system of Nigeria, When you like on the broadcast and Mayegun sees 1,000 likes, he is motivated. So if you genuinely want to motivate Mayegun, you don't want to pay your super chat, you don't want to click on the donation button, on which I highly recommend you do, by the way. Drop a super chat, click on the donation, the PayPal link. Don't do something. But if you can't even do all of those, the least you can do to contribute to the show is to like. Just click on the like button. When Mayegun says 1,000 likes, he is more motivated.
You know, then I'm like,
gives the
okay,
video,
yeah, that means some of you are not just seated there and sleeping. That means you are part of this and it must have make your time worth it. But when you jump into it and you just jump out, it's pretty much like, you know.
Yeah,
Anyway.
it's not fair. The least we can do is to make this a partnership. So thank you so much, Mayegun.
Thanks so much for that too.
Yes, sir. No problem. Yes, sir.
Please. So thank you so much. The African Wahala, which is here, is a brother and is always going to be here to give me a push. And that is, you know, so invaluable. I appreciate that. So I have another caller too. And this will be Hamid. How are you, Baba?
Salam alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Autre problem say Shakpam alaikum.
Make I know you Shakpam alaikum.
You don't want to. I get it, Baba. How are you today, Ahmed?
Yeah, Baba, I did fine. I did how everything. You see, I don't run for comment section. My if you no carry that call, my Shiba Talion on my side, I will start everywhere.
Tell me.
Please, you guys need to always, one thing you do when you come on, you like the video first, because when you get in, it's so kind of like, I wouldn't use distracting, but you get carried away because you want to see different stuff. So,
you know something, Ahmed, right? You guys have been so busy in that YouTube, on that YouTube, right? That you have actually, all of you put together, you have typed 1,134, 35, 36, 136, 1,136 comments between yourselves. That means all of you have been so busy, and all of that in the last. Then I checked it and I was like 456. Really?
That's the reason why you need to like before you jump in. Because once you jump in, you get carried away. You just keep, listening and chatting. Some people don't even listen to some things that some people are concentrating.
Yeah, just there in the comments, reading and replying, getting busy and all that.
But it's good to be able to do two ways. Share yourself, make you understand.
Imagine like you have 1,800, 2,000 people. Imagine if 1,500 of us actually shared this broadcast before we begin to comment. You click on that share, you copy the link, you just post them everywhere you have to post them, then come back in and keep watching and then commenting. Imagine what that would be like.
Let's even say we have the Abadorians in the house.
There are not many here.
Why can't
they won't see money?
Let's even say we have them. Why can't we that are not part of them, that we have something different? Why can't we push ourselves? Why can't we support and just keep moving? Forget about Abadorians are here.
My God, we are supposed to be the majority.
Yeah, we're supposed to be the majority. So let's push it. Let's get it to where it's supposed to be. That aside, the video that I played yesterday, I've been at it for it. The way one man did talk about after Thiefnubu na Shetima.
Oh, that old man! You heard that? I was hoping I was going to talk to you last night so that you can possibly.
Olobuku. He don't chop guru. All his teeth don't come out. We look up, Olobuku. We know those kind of people for area. We sabi all those kind of people for area. They don't get any work now to just go politician house. They say them they mobilize people will say their future. They don't even get one. They don't get any future. So now their future now be that made they pursue. follow politicians. They hear everything they talk. If they don't bring Shetima come, then they will move to another party.
Yeah.
In Deba, Erman de Shetima to move Ramukoma and party of all people. That's a new ate. Won't bring now. She na Shetima Igbo. She will. I want me call you with the money. This time of Shetima.
Because to them, Shetima speaks their language, and you know now in the north, right? Politics is actually like a means of employment. You know that. Where a lot of them get some different allowances and they don't have to work.
2023, 2023 hot. 2027. That one na fire. No be hot, it go hot. Na fire it go be.
Yeah.
Because not
like they are actually saying it now that Thiefnubu is a one-term president. Like they even have the power to do that. Like for real in this lawless space where all Thiefnubu need is just to write the result and somebody announce the result. If you are not okay with it, right? Even if you like go protest, right? They will tell you to go to court. So can they actually stop it?
These people they will suffer. Imagine I was watching the video of show Embarked in Nigeria, and someone in the comment section was like, "Graduate." I just laughed.
And those are just kind of people who drop on that.
When I went to go check this guy, I just looked at his profile, looked at everything, because that's the first thing I looked. I just go straight, looked at his profile. This one said in a part of the Abadonian. And we really serious anymore. They love. See, you see these people.
Do you remember what I said yesterday? Remember what I said yesterday? That a lot of us, if we see some of these crumb eaters, these voluntary slaves of APC in real life, you will beat yourself for engaging with them online. If you see them physically, people that you say, this $100 million business have been destroyed, and they will jump into it and say another one will come. How much is $100 million? Another one will come. But if you see them in real life, Baba, you go beat yourself up and say, Nigeria.
I say something, money, the deal we are thank God next year, plan Latin, yeah. Because you see, since the Thiefnubu Tiwole, like I be scared to even open my messenger. People who I get from Facebook, even if I just look up messages to the me, Marco, Jadi, I don't go even reply. You go see, I don't read them. I want me more. Like I go read them, I go just come out because I purposely did one. Make una know say now we face waiting una bargain for now. Make una the face.
I don't see your message.
If I go this time around, no, nothing like say I know see you. I see your message. You see, I read them, but forget. You get person will be say I been give am 50K. Because to pay your talk. I give am. No, I don't be even monthly. I just give am.
Right.
You understand that kind of thing? I give am. Imagine another person come to tell me with evidence, because if you can't see them say, I will just look to see where they need here. You said if you look for how to spoil person can't get. But in bring with evidence. This guy they complain. Say he asks for waiting, I give am. I can't laugh. I don't talk anything. I don't post anything.
Those are the
so the guy messaged me. I see message me like saying the thank you. I just read them. And the person will say if I read the message, I go reply. I just read them. I just come up. In don't message that I'm already there. I come up. So now in don't be like, you go down the bed like duty conscience say. Be like say you don't understand. Best way we say no there, and I just leave them. Feel it to your word. They give you, appreciate. Make I see how you want to come back. The next time we come back with request, my buba bye, my mu yeah, my mu family, you know concern. And as I talk, me, they did. ṣé àdìgóbà ọjọ́ tí màá wọ̀ lóye mo mọ gbogbo joint wọn all those joints wey be say most of them you see say na politics joint shop tó máa ń ṣí kalẹ̀ mo ti pinnu pé ìdí wa reach I go dey visit those shop kúkú lè nà mí Hausa go say
which shops,
e
like,
get one
what shops are you?
Hausa go say agbègbè bazan bogoba ba abin da zaka iya mun so nothing wey you fit do me you get shops wey be say they sit down like they call am
rich people. You mean
so
the APC people or this just
no
general
be all these general all these Hausa people we see now into politics they dey cut off in feed me I don't get and say the day where I enter now war between me and them I go enter them seriously because before this election e get talk wey I don talk a lot most of them they feel say this one just dey talk but they don't see wetin dey happen now so èmi fẹ́ lọ I wan go me I go face them
you go see I know
kí n bùgá dáadáa kí n ní pé ìsìn who dey suffer na questions who dey suffer most of una I go point them out say you see your message mo fẹ́ lọ I wan go disgrace each and every one of them you see your message how many times ṣé orí the way wey I go take do am
let me take another one Baba. Thank you so much for this. You have a good one. Thank you. So Ahmed is gonna go to Niger, probably say to the faces of these guys, they won't do anything to you because they can't. Because at most they will just find us something. And I hope you don't give them anything. Here is another caller. Hello there.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. This is Victor.
Oh, yes. Victor, how are you today, sir?
Yes, I'm very fine. How about you?
Well, very well, too. Thank you. Please.
Yeah, don't be upset. People. They don't like the video.
I wasn't really upset, but I just had to say that like, oh, I'm kind of upset now. I don't think I should. Well, that's just my own.
Yeah, I don't know. Call yourself a Michael fan. This is what you should do as number one thing you should do immediately you get into the show. This is the first thing. So many times I'm not there to watch the show. Maybe I'm doing something. I would just go into my phone. I would just like it and just
I'll come back later.
Just watch it. I would just get inside and get out and I would just go. I will come back. That is how it should be. So I don't know what is so difficult for these people. I'm challenging them. I don't know. They are not real fan of you, Mayego. I'm challenging them. They are real fan of
mine. To their faces. Say to their faces that the only fans of Mayego are those who actually adhere to this that we are saying.
Yes.
Maybe not everybody.
Yes. They should go into it and like the video. It's so simple. Thank you so much for Mayego. You are doing a lot. I really appreciate you. If I have one thing to add from you, this book you just finished with.
Yeah, go for it.
This book, Fatherless People.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can. There's any way you can put the whole thing together.
Right.
The whole thing together in one so that we can, because I love to go back to listen to this again. Everything to be together in one.
What about we host another one soon, right? So that at least we can have a sort of a fresh one that can, you know what I mean, like that can bring in all the views of everyone as usual, right? And then maybe we should do something similar. But I can work on bringing all of them together. I can.
Okay. Because we will go. Because I want my children to go back to this thing that they can listen. Yes. People should listen to people that has not even read this book. They should go and listen to this. This is, if you really want to know who you are, you have to know your history.
Yes.
You have to know where you come from. You have to know people that deal with you. You have to know everything. And if you really, really want to stand your feet, this is very important.
It is very
important. You have to do it. People have to know it. So I don't know why people don't want to love that.
I know. I met a brother today in Glasgow, and his name is Uche. So I met him with his son, right? So I was coming out of a shop, and he was walking on the streets, from his car, probably going into the shop as well. So we ran into one another, and it was, it was easy. And then we started talking. But Uche is not actually the one that prompted what I'm saying now, right? But his son. So he looked and he said, but you see that's the man I used to watch. I mean, I always watch on YouTube, on the TV at home. Can you see his face? Can you see him? Something like that. And then I just embraced the young man, okay? And the next thing the young man, asked me was, do you go to Nigeria? And I was like, it's not really good for me to go now. But I have been. And I said, have you been to Nigeria yourself? And he said, no, but I want to go. And I bet he's referring to his dad's, place anyway. So he was like, I want to go. And I said, what's your favorite thing that you've heard about Nigeria? And he was trying to kind of bring something. He said, oh, I want to see the animals. Africa, generally. I was like, okay, don't worry. You will see more and more, animals. But the point there is this, right? History helps us, because Uche was telling me how he grew up, right, in the West. Then went back to the East again to continue his education. And then at a point when he was about to get admission into the university, he was brought back to the West again. He was mentioning all his friends, and he said, that time when they were promoting those bigotry, which APC and Bekebe actually orchestrated, right? People like him were feeling strange. Like, this can't be the Yorubas they knew. And that's why that history is very, very, very important. Because there are people who continue to milk the enmity, political enmity of old, to champion the enmity of today for their selfish gain.
For their whole exactly benefit.
So history is so important. I agree.
It's so important.
It is.
Thank you so much. And Nigeria is done for. For real, is done. I don't know what people are looking for. The only thing, Obi of the day, Obi is, I like his followers and everything because of what they let us to see so many things in this Nigeria of the thing, which I'm really happy about what they are doing, they have like burning those people's hearts like that. I really love it. I think maybe one day they will be able to see all those things. Other Nigerians, they will be able to see all those things. They'll be able to go to the States and fight for themselves.
Maybe
it's just Nigeria is just
anything. If they have if they have a 6 million, even though they believe they are more than that, okay, they personally believe that they are more than obedient, believe that they are more than 20 million.
I have a question for you. Mayego.
Oh yeah.
The 6 million they give to Obi the last election. Do you think the next election Obi will get up to 6 million with this Thiefnubu of a thing?
I don't want to be. I don't want to be somebody who is going to be like, remember the last time, right? The last time we're all here, right? And we said, oh, they will rig you to the point that if they allow him to win one local government, I said he will even lose Anambra to make him look like he's weak. But they surprised us, Baba. Like they were so much overwhelming that they almost overwhelmed the INEC. Here you get now. So that's why I don't want to sit again and being in the position we were all at in 2022. But to answer you properly, right?
Thiefnubu doesn't care.
I don't think so.
That man is so bad.
They will write it this time around that even some of disobedient, they will shout Chineke. Chineke. Hey! Because it will be so real. And so unreal at the same time. You will see rigging. You go be like, how can people carry this thing out? This is so as well. Welcome to Thiefnubu's Nigeria. You don't like it? Go to court.
Nigeria is not for me.
For me, why I love them is that I want them to be provoked. A lot of them are still pointing fingers. Should we protest? I want them provoked. I want to see them really, really provoked. Where even Obi can control them. And the way they can get provoked is for them to pick up Peter Obi and put him in handcuffs. Do you understand?
Yeah.
That would provoke them.
Yeah.
Something like that. Because I don't think participating in the election is enough, because that's still a long time away, right? I just want to.
No, it's not. The election is not going to work.
Election is not going to
Yes.
work, but a lot of
That's
people find out later as well. Victor.
Yes. Let us be. We keep supporting them. We keep let you
Yeah,
do
we
what they are
just give
doing.
we just keep giving like amplifying their voice. They are, it's like they are capable of giving it to APC. Bumper to bumper. They are those who are like capable. When APC is rolling out propaganda, they are there to counter it. When they want to water down Thiefnubu to continue to tell the world that it's illegitimate, now disobedient. So the ideal thing is to keep encouraging them until they get provoked, right? Because how could anybody be calling them mob? They will say they want better Nigeria. They are complaining about the rot that everybody is suffering. Then some people said they must not be allowed to gain power. All of now we have the power. You where they support those with the power. All of now the Abobakus. What do you really stand for? For a depleted, defrauded, impoverished Nigeria, or a prosperous, safe Nigeria? So how could people who are supporting those who are destroying the country call those who are against that destruction mob? It was all programmed, Victor. So that's why we must never allow anybody to convince us to see the obedience for any reason or whatsoever reason, as enemy. We must resist it.
No way.
Bless you.
Yes, they are doing well. Yeah, if not for them, these people are just going to be walking freely.
Now, is that what the opposition?
They are not. Those people are just there. Nothing.
No.
They are part of them.
Anyway, Victor, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mayagu. Thank you for what you do.
Okay, bless you, man. You see, you shouldn't let them anyway let you. You see, you don't have to be. Let me explain this just for those who care to listen. Okay. There is nobody that is in charge of Nigeria that will allow the breakup of Nigeria, including Obi. And that's why I don't like him. Okay? Like, I don't like his ambition of wanting to be president or an opposition that is trying to say maybe he could lead. I don't like that. But I don't like the criminals in charge of Nigeria too, who have chosen to criminalize self-rule. It is intentional to criminalize this. It is not a crime to say you want your own country, especially in a place where you have over 250 ethnic nationalities or tribes and all that all fused together with over 500 languages. So people could say they want to leave. So they criminalized it. They do not want to have the conversation around it. But here is something that people like us believe will help. And what is that? We have figured out that it is a consensus among the criminal APC, Egbekegbe, to prevent the promotion or encouragement of discussing nationalistic ideas of the nations within Nigeria. So since that is like a consensus among them, so whenever any of these, either the Biafrans or the Yorubas are being killed, their elite in that government will look away. So why then, why the obedient? It is not because the obedient as a movement on its own is not capable of bringing down the establishment in Nigeria. But they need something to motivate them. If, according to them, their motivation is that they want a better Nigeria, which they won't get. Don't forget that you will never get that. But there is something that could happen. I have seen the overconfidence of the ruiners of Nigeria, apart from their consensus, Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, and all others from other tribes in Nigeria. It is a consensus that this contraption is working for them, not for you, and it must remain. anybody from their own tribe or ethnic nationality that rises to discuss or demand for referendum must be cut down, or else their own share of the Nigeria's largesse will be revoked. So therefore, they are all united against us. Okay? So they have become so overconfident that nobody. And with that, the impunity to do whatever they want at any time. If you demand for revolution, they will lock you up. And supposed reasonable people will look away because you are a threat to the establishment. If you demand for referendum or have you like Nnamdi Kanu and others, you will be hunted down, killed, or jailed. And all of them from the Igbo land and the rest of them will look away. So why the obedient again? They are convinced that they can have a better Nigeria by taking on the establishment. The establishment who believes that they have conquered everyone and bought those that could be bought. So if they have those who believe that they could actually neutralize them and end them, like some of you want it to be, why not give them their support? I mean, just give them the voice. Okay? Because this is what will happen. That the obedient have the capacity to ensure that this entire corrupt system is brought down. It's plausible. Just like many other groups that also want this to happen. Okay? Their own is more plausible. And if they can help destroy this hegemony, if they can break the entire contraption and by helping the criminals who have become so powerful in their heads that impunity has become the law. If this group of young and old Nigerians who believe they could take on the establishment, if they succeed, they would have helped us destroy what could have, what would need at least war or even civil war to destroy. But we know the destruction is not going to come. It's not going to come that cheap. So other things will happen after. I'm not a prophet, but I encourage you that even if you don't believe them or support them in any way, do not be against them. Because if you know what a threat they are, to Thiefnubu and his agenda, nobody saw this coming. Don't forget. They want them gone and gone. Don't help them make them gone. Okay? Help amplify their voices. Help prove to them that they are doing the right thing. Because they are. Okay? And they are doing it for free. So let's help Thiefnubu's government and then a regime and the rest of them to get them mad. Because they will get you mad. When you become that mad, I want to be on the side as well, guiding your hunger by telling you the only best Nigeria, the only better Nigeria that you can get is a broken Nigeria. They have to break it up to save our lives. So I'll be on the side. I don't want to convince you. I just want you to pay attention. And then whatever it is will convince you. Sorry. I am sorry that so many of you were trying to get through. You couldn't, simply because I kept talking and talking. Now the line is opened. Yes. Thank you so much. I'm going to take a quick look as well of those of us who have indeed responded. And I want to say thank you to you. Yes, we have a little bit, we have reduced a little bit, especially on the YouTube. So you are currently around 1,500 of us. And yeah, you're almost 1,000 of you who have actually paid their offering. So thank you for responding. I bet others will join in the long run, okay? So may I quickly take a tea break? I am still taking calls, and I could still speak to you tonight. So I will be back in a minute. Please don't go anywhere yet.
Glorify your name to the core.
owner of the day, owner of the beginning and the head. I glorify your name, God, Father of the glory. There is nobody can share the glory with you. You are beginning of the glory, you are everlasting. No, you are glorify your name to the God. Glorify your name to the God. Owner of the day, owner of the beginning and the head. I glorify.
What shall I say unto the Lord?
Yes, Lord.
All I have to say.
Thank you, Lord.
What shall I say?
Thank you,
Thank you. Thank you for that. Again, my line is free. And for those of you who have been trying to get through, that I had to put you on, I had to put you on hold. I believe the line is now opened, and I hope your call comes through tonight. If you are still interested in, adding your own voice to this, okay? So thank you so much to everyone. Once again, it's been an interesting evening, by the way, okay? At least for me, I don't know about you. And I think it should for you too. Now look at me. If you are a member of Yoruba Union, Ìgbìmọ̀ Májẹ̀kóbàjẹ́ Ilẹ̀ Yoruba, at least we know ourselves, right? Great. I am going to post in the comment section, right? I'm going to post the link to the Yoruba Union's Telegram group. I hope you find your way in there. So we are expecting our, the first of our Yoruba Union conference, we call it. And it's going to take place here in Glasgow in August. Again, all of you, those of you who are in America, you better start buying your own ticket, because there is going to be an announcement on this. So we are going to have a Yoruba Union conference in Glasgow from the 23rd of August to the 25th of August. So it's going to be a 3-day sort of event. And I hope that you are able to make it down. So in the next couple of days, when the leadership of the union finally decide on some certain things, right? I will announce it here. And I will also announce how to book your own place at the event from wherever you are coming from all over the world. So to those of us in the UK, I think the slot is going to be somewhere around 120 tickets. Now, this ticket is going to be priced tickets, which is also going to go into organizing days, as it should be. So I hope, to those of you who have heard this now for the first time, count this as an update. We will meet here in Glasgow later this year. And I hope I'll see you. So when the whole thing is ready, and in Eventbrite sort of a ticketing system is going to be made available, and you should book yours. So once the 120 seats or tickets gone, then that will be us getting ourselves ready, booking our hotels and booking every other thing. You can come and spend your summer in Glasgow. Come and spend it with me if you have that chance. Ask for that space at work. Our theme, which is still being fine-tuned, is going to be Omo Yoruba Edide. Write that down. That is going to be the theme for the summit, Ìgbìmọ̀ Májẹ̀kóbàjẹ́ Ilẹ̀ Yoruba. Having our first first conference, a 3-day conference rather. So, and it's going to be Omo Yoruba Edide, among other things. So we will be discussing the insecurity in Yoruba land. what should be done, not what can be done, what must be done, as well as discussing the merits of Yoruba self-determination, the autonomy of the Yoruba people that we got in 1957 should be reinstated, restored as the first step towards an independent Yoruba nation. So we want people, not just people, we want a lot of us who are passionate about what is going on in Yoruba land to join us. And once this whole thing is finally put together and we go public, we would also love to see some of you who kind of believe in this ideology too, to join us. And then I'll keep the rest to myself. Because if I have to say how it's going to be, I'll be speaking just for myself. Even though I am the convener, I still have a lot of all these beautiful souls working on this before a decision will be made. So thank you. And I'll say thank you. I think all of us should go to bed now. Yeah, since we have already had a break in the phone calls. So maybe we should just call it a night. Thank you so much for your time and the time you spend with me here almost every night. I will see you again, and that will be tomorrow. And to every contributor and all of you who have been really, really engaging yourselves right there, I have done my part. Now that you know better, I hope you will do better in your endeavors. Good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Ayébi #1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Ayébi #1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Mayegun Diary Ayébi #1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun Diary Ayébi #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun Diary Ayébi #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary Ayébi #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun Diary Ayébi #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary Ayébi #1. Mayegun Diary politico. Mayegun Diary Ayébi #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun Diary Ayébi #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun Diary Ayébi #1. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Ayébi #1. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Mayegun máa wí. ayé Súrájì. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá ayé Súrájì. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin òwò ayé Súrájì. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú ayé Súrájì. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súrájì ayé Súrájì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súrájì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súrájì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súrájì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súrájì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súrájì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súrájì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súrájì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súrájì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súrájì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súrájì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súrájì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súrájì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.